Critics called it a dumb action movie, comic fans called it a bad adaptation, but they were both deceived, for it was actually just bad theology. Constantine, starring Keanu Reeves, is a 2005 film about a man who makes smoking look as cool as possible. Having destroyed his health with his overwhelming aura, Constantine embarks on a quest for his final score, the one that will let him earn his way into heaven, because for Constantine, who knows God is real, going to confession is just too much. John Constantine would much rather fight literal demons than repent. Throughout the movie, we get throwaway glimpses of the larger world around Constantine, how the Catholic Church does actually have power against evil, and when that evil is too great, they call him to deal with the demons. And this time, the evil is the literal son of the devil, so Constantine suits up, leads on a woman for the entire movie, and deals with some dirty half-breeds. And while embarked on his quest, he dabbles in theology so close to correct, it distracted me the entire movie. It got me thinking while watching, how close is the dogma and theology referenced in this movie? So I made a list. Let's jump in. First off is John Constantine's redemption from the big no-no sin. If you don't know what the no-no sin is, I'm not destroying my channel before it even gets off the ground by saying what it is. I'll only say that he sent himself to HE double hockey sticks via his own hand, and that is what the big no-no sin is. So Constantine passes away at the age of 15 from the no-no sin, so he's in hell for 2 minutes of our time. What they allude to is that it would be lifetimes in his perception. Constantine is then resuscitated, knowing what waits in store for him when he does pass, so he makes it his mission to avoid that fate. He does this by sending demons back to hell instead of just going to confession. This is where the movie first started distracting me with its theology. He knows it's all true. He knows that priests have power over demons, but he doesn't go to mass. He doesn't go to confession. It's too many rules for him, but we'll come back to that one. So the official teaching of the Catholic Church is that you cannot earn your way into heaven with good works. I know I'm annoying a lot of Protestants out there who misinterpret the religion. That's okay, but it's only through Christ's sacrifice can you attain heaven, which also is through faith in Jesus gets you to heaven. The no-no sin is also known as the unforgivable sin, but this is due to the fact that you cannot repent since you're dead and can no longer go to confession for the thing you have done. But John Constantine's alive. He knows it's all true. Just go to confession. It would absolve him of the no-no sin, though due to his condition, I would say there's an argument to be made in John Constantine's favor that he was under duress when he committed said sin. Due to the fact that he can see otherworldly creatures, and that drove him to madness, essentially. But I'm not going to delve too deep into that one. That's not why I'm here. And so we find out early in the movie that he can actually just follow the rules of the church because he talks to Gabriel, the androgynous angel half-breed he talks to in one scene near the beginning of the movie that informs him that he's going to hell unless he follows the rules, to which he decides to ignore and thinks he can still just kill demons to get into heaven. Which, Gabriel is their own interesting character. Played by Tilda Swinton, they come across as a gender swap for this role, but this is 2005, before that happened commonly. And since the wiki for the movie calls Gabriel a he, I will assume they just wanted this half-breed angel to be androgynous. And that casting works, especially with the outfit choices. Which this is also fairly accurate for an angel, due to them being creatures and not having an actual physical form. Yes, I'm ignoring the half-human part. So, spoiler alert, but come on, it's been 20 years. Who are you? Me? You for not seeing this movie yet, and then also clicking on this? Gabriel is actually the bad they. Shock, gasp, I know. After seeing humans turn away from God after getting special treatment, Gabriel wants to cause the end of the world, so what few humans do survive it can turn towards God, and maybe they'll save like 10,000 people who don't curse God at the end. Gabriel's jealousy of humans drove him to rebel against the plan God had in place. Wait, I know this one. But I mean, like, I can understand that frustration, and Constantine just was the last straw for Gabriel. You know, you're seeing this human who knows that God is real, heaven and hell are real, the church actually grants salvation, and John Constantine just ignores it all in favor of doing his good works instead of doing what God said to do. Which brings me neatly back to Constantine and his refusal to follow rules. He'd much rather pick up a golden cross gun and exorcism some half-breeds. I actually think that Constantine is compelling and accurate with this. He committed the ultimate sin and wants desperately to get back into God's grace, but he doesn't believe that he can just follow some rules and it's all okay again, even though it would be. Instead, he believes his crime is so great that he must do something that will atone for his sin, which in the end he does do. But that's not the point, ignore that. I actually think that if humans knew for sure God existed, that we still wouldn't follow the rules. My best argument is Adam and Eve, and I'm leaving it at that. I'm not qualified to talk on these subjects. I'm just a dude who had never seen Constantine, and now I have.